Okay, so we're making a Father's Day breakfast of eggs Benedict and some greens and a little fresh fruit. So we got this Swiss chard from our garden and we've washed it. And you can cut out the thick stem in the middle. But I usually just tear it out. Save that piece for the animals. So then you take a knife. You don't have to do this, but I just like to kind of rough chop it. And then here's some spinach that we had left. So I took the heavy stems off and chopped that up. So over here in the pan, we have a small amount of bacon grease. A very small amount. And it's Father's Day, so it's okay. And you put it on medium heat. And you just throw it in. Okay, so after a few minutes, it's kind of wilted down. And I like mine even more cooked than this, so you just kind of stir it. Add a little bit of chopped garlic. And some black pepper. I don't add salt when I do it in the bacon grease because I feel like it's salty enough. Give it a little stir. And then at this point, I'm just going to turn my cast iron skillet off. I like to do this first before cooking the rest of the meal because the cast iron skillet will keep it warm. Hot actually, and it'll be out of the way. So we're going to make a quick hollandaise sauce. It's usually foolproof, but I guess we'll find out if it is. Alright, so just 1 egg yolk. I like pepper. Most people put white pepper in their hollandaise, but we're not fancy. I don't even have it. I don't think I've ever had white pepper on hand. 1 sea monkey scoop. Salt. About a tablespoon of lemon juice. If you have fresh lemons, you could put a little of the lemon rind in to grate that in. Because we like garlic, we're going to put a small amount of garlic in. So, you take your immersion blender. Oh, we have a ½ cup of butter as well. So we're going to put this on like a low speed. So you slowly add your butter, slowly. So here's my problem. This container is too narrow at the bottom. How's that for foolproof? Bam! We're gonna use a whisk. You want a good emulsification, but you don't want scrambled eggs. So you have to temper the egg yolk with the hot butter, which means you just pour a small amount in at once. Got about as much patience as Connor. know what we're gonna do? We're gonna break out the big guns. I'm over it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna ninja this. So I'm making this for 4 people, so chances are I'll have to try this again. Lock and load. The reason why that last time didn't work is because the immersion blender is wider than the bottom of the container. Otherwise, it would have worked great. So, rather than transferring stuff to a new container, we just decided to make the Ninja do the work. So we're gonna do this again. And even though these are fresh eggs from our chickens, I just really feel like I want it to be a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna try to add some turmeric and see how that works. Also, there is, you're not cooking this per se on the stove, but between the acid and the lemon juice and the super hot butter that you're using, you should be good. So, start with the egg yolk. Add a tablespoon of lemon juice and some zest if you have it. Maybe a teaspoon or so of garlic, black pepper, because remember, we have no white pepper in this house. Maybe a half a sea monkey scoop of salt. And we're gonna try just a small amount. Oops. So I added a tad too much turmeric, but I think it'll work out. So in the beginning, because of the container I'm using, I just kind of tempered the eggs like I did the first time with the super hot butter, because in order to do it on the Ninja, I couldn't add it in slowly with this container. And we're gonna put the lid on. I think about 30 seconds is enough. I think the turmeric did the trick, actually. Look, there's the hollandaise we did before. It's nice and thick and creamy. So it is a little bit brighter with that turmeric. And I don't think it'll change the taste, to be honest. If you add lemon zest. Is there seriously a fly in here while we're trying to do this right now? Mm-hmm. Use like a smooth-sided blender next time. Because this one has ridges on the inside. Or maybe just actually use the big part of the blender so I can add my butter slowly. But looks pretty good so far. So on this cookie sheet, we have some English muffins that we've buttered. And we had spiral ham last night. So that's what we're using for our eggs Benedict. And we just threw it on a cookie sheet. We're gonna throw it in the broiler, toast up those English muffins, and eat the ham at the same time. I'm gonna put this on the plate. And since we're not fancy and don't have white pepper, we're gonna try to make up for it with really cool garnishes. So that'll look cool on the plate. I'll show you later. Okay, so we're gonna crack an egg into a separate bowl, ramekin, container, whatever, so we can drop it into the water easier. So don't salt your water. And once it's on a rapid boil, you want to turn it down. You just want it kind of barely bubbling. So if you salt your water, it makes stringy things worse. Those are the technical cooking terms for it. So poached egg in the water. Or unpoached egg in the water. Not sure why it's not coming together. This is the first time I've actually poached an egg in a pot versus a shallow pan because I thought it would work better, but I'm against it. Okay. So you have your water boiling, you've added a tablespoon of vinegar, and I'm going to try something to see if it works. I'm going to pour my egg here into a ladle to see if I can keep it in there. Better. I think I cooled it down too quick.
Just make egg drop soup.
A tablespoon of vinegar. It. I'm going to try something with this ladle. I'm going to try to put a little of the water in here so it doesn't stick, and then pour my egg into there, into the ladle. Just barely hold it below the water surface until it sets up a little. See if this works. Patience, young grasshopper. Slowly getting lower and lower. And I'm gonna let it go and set my timer for 3 minutes. We have one in there, so we're going to be risky and try 2 at once here. So fill the ladle. Try to get a flat ladle like this one. Fill it with the boiling water. Drop the egg in and just hold it at water level for a few seconds. It's actually just below. So my first attempt at this, I didn't fill the ladle with the water, and the egg stuck to the ladle. I didn't want to grease the ladle, so I thought the boiling water would work. And there we go. I believe it does. So I believe it held its shape pretty well. We have a nicely toasted English muffin. It worked well in the broiler. And a hot piece of ham. And the poached egg. Yeah, that didn't work. Cut. And a poached egg. Topped with our hollandaise sauce. We're going to garnish with a little bit of green onion. And some parsley. And some fresh greens. Happy Father's Day!